Welcome everyone to more Reddit stories. Today we're going to be checking out some r/EntitledPeople, where an entitled Karen attacks a disabled person on a bus because she wants their seat. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe for more Reddit stories. Let's jump into these. Entitled driver wrecks his brand new Dodge Charger, injures and then blames me, a pedestrian, for his wreck. Backstory, I work for a subcontracting company that does really niche IT work for various municipal governments, and my truck is loaded with equipment for computer repair and road work. Like I said, it's niche, but this becomes important later. As such, I currently have a 2-hour commute, and while I do use the interstate during the day, I usually head home closer to midnight and prefer to take state highways and back roads due to the lower speed limits. So now for the cast, we have Brad, the entitled driver, Renee, which is my fiance and coworker, Nice Girlfriend, which is Brad's female companion, and Chad, Brad's absolutely chill father. So as Renee and I were driving home tonight, we noticed that a large rotted poplar tree had become uprooted and fallen into the road, covering both lanes. Normally I would have called local officials and then either waited for the tree to be removed or simply wait for them to arrive and then take a different route. Unfortunately, I had no cell phone reception in this area, and rerouting would have added an extra hour to my already long commute. As such, I figured I'd try to use my demolition hammer, the best thing available to me, to try and at least weaken it until someone came by with cell phone reception that we could flag down and get to call local authorities. So I turned on our hazards, turned on our beacon, and Renee and I both put on our reflective vests and hard hats with built-in lamps. While Renee brought the tools over to the tree, I began grabbing the traffic cones to block off the road. Enter Brad. As I finished setting up the cones behind the truck, Renee began handing me the cones to put in front of the fallen tree. No sooner had I begun reaching for them when we heard the roar of a brand new sunrise orange Dodge Charger RT flying up the back road with a 30-mile-per-hour speed limit at highway speeds. I ran in front of the tree, shining my flashlight on the already well-illuminated tree, and tried to flag down the Charger. It was no use. He never even hit his brakes. I dove out of the way at the last second as the Charger plowed into the tree, turning it into a horizontal fulcrum and me into a baseball as the tree struck my shoulder and launched me about 10 feet. I got up, extreme pain throughout my left side, and unable to raise my arm up. Adrenaline coursing through me, I ran, or hobbled quickly, to the remains of the poor obliterated Charger, now smoking and leaking fluids all over the road. Miraculously, Brad and Nice Girlfriend, both about my age, early 20s, got out and were completely unharmed, though understandably shaken. Renee, who miraculously found the one spot with coverage, called emergency services, and Nice Girlfriend called Chad. That's when I heard it. Brad, "Oh God, my car! How could this happen? Why does this always happen to me? What would..." And that was when he looked at me, looked at the clearly uprooted tree, and proceeded to have a unique reaction, one that I never thought really ever happened, one that sounded like, "Ree!" Me thinking maybe he's injured too. Dude, are you okay? "No, idiot. Because of you, my car is completely totaled. What kind of moron cuts down a tree in the middle of a road?" Actually, the tree was already here. We only got here maybe 2 or 3. "Bullcrap. You blinded me with that flashing strobe light," pointing at the yellow hazard beacon on my truck, which I've used for years. Nice Girlfriend, "Actually, I think that..." "Shut up, all of you. I'm gonna sue you for failing to illuminate the tree properly." This is irrelevant. Me trying to be nice? Well, actually, that's... "If you open your mouth one more time, I'm gonna..." Renee, in all of her 4.5-foot glory. Enough. It's not his fault that you clearly acquired your driver's license in a Happy Meal. That tree is very well illuminated. You clearly weren't paying any attention, and you hurt him. Look at him. He's limping, idiot. You're the one who ought to be apologizing for that stunt you pulled and the mess you made. Silence. Deathly unnerving silence as Brad stood slack-jawed and making a strange choral noise. Suddenly, Brad goes on an absolute rampage, kicking and throwing my cones, tools, and various other items from around my truck into the forest and off the road's 15-foot embankment. I wish I could tell you more, but it was about that time that Chad arrived along with first responders. We gave statements, and I spent the rest of the time being checked out by EMS. Wow, that could have turned out deadly. They're all lucky that no one was severely injured, let alone dead. Karen attacks me on the bus for my disability seat. Here's a bit of background before I tell you the incident. I'm a 23-year-old male, and for the past 12 months, I've been suffering from chronic leg pain and depression and anxiety. The leg pain is caused by varicose veins in my left leg and damaged muscle, and extreme eczema related to varicose veins. The pain is one of the worst pains I've ever felt, and for the last 12 months, I've had pain from the moment I wake up to the moment I sleep. It wakes me up, and I'm lucky to get more than 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night. I have very limited motion in my leg and need a walking stick to get around. To tackle the pain, I'm taking a bunch of meds. Even with all this, the pain is still there, and this just takes the edge off of it. I'm currently waiting for an operation to fix it. Due to this condition, I've been isolated since January and basically stay in bed all the time. I only leave my house to go to the doctor's, hospital, or my local shops, which is 5 minutes from my house. This walk takes me about 10 minutes as I need to take breaks. Now you have an idea of my background, I'll get to the Karen incident. I was sitting on the bus on my way home from the hospital. The bus, which was almost at capacity due to the COVID regulations, meaning every other chair was out of use. I was sat at the front in one of the seats reserved for people with disabilities when Karen got on the bus. Karen came up to me and said, "Excuse me, but you've got to move and stand because I need to sit down as I've been shopping all day and my legs are tired." I looked at her and held my walking stick up and said, "I'm sorry, I can't move. I need this seat as I can't stand for long and I won't be able to keep my balance when the bus is moving as I have a problem with my leg. I'm sorry, I think there might be some seats at the back." Karen looked at me and said, "No, you don't. Don't lie to me. You're too young to be like that. You're just doing it because you're too lazy to stand. Get up now or I'll make you." I just froze up and I didn't know what to say. Then she grabbed my arm and started pulling me off the seat. "Get off now. Stop being a lazy brat. You kids these days have no respect." She pulled more and I fell off the chair to the floor, hitting my head on the pole where the button is and busted my lip open. The bus driver came over and helped me up and asked if I was okay. I just sat there. I couldn't speak. I was shaking and started hyperventilating. I was frozen and didn't know how to react. I didn't know what was going on around me and was having a panic attack. One of the passengers came over and tried helping me calm down while the driver kicked off the Karen. I don't really remember this part and what was said apart from the passenger and driver helping calm me. Once I calmed down and stopped crying and hyperventilating, the driver asked if he could do anything and if I was okay. He gave me a bottle of water, and him and the passenger reassured me that I'll be okay and that they kicked Karen off. They gave me a tissue to clean the blood off, and the bus went off. I was still in shock and shaking. I didn't even look back to see if Karen was at the bus stop. Once we got to my bus stop, I got off and went home and locked myself up in my room. Since then, I've not been able to leave my room when my housemates are in the shared areas without having a panic attack. I can't be in the same room as people or go shopping. I have to get a taxi now to go to my hospital appointments, and even then I feel extremely uncomfortable and avoid speaking with the driver. This experience made me realize how vulnerable I am, and I can't go out anymore as I fear for my safety. If something happens, I can't run away or defend myself, and it scares me so much even talking about this incident to my family or my therapist. Man, that's rough, OP. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. I'd like to think that these kinds of people are far and few in between. I truly hope you find the courage within you to be more comfortable being out in the world again. Don't let these Karens stop you from living a good life. And on to the next story. Karen demands I let her use our break room and give her free food when I ask her to leave the restaurant. Here's some backstory. I work at a Chick-fil-A and had recently got promoted to team leader, manager, at the time this happened. The cast is me, which is Jack, entitled person, and the employee Ben. I was helping bag food because we were very busy and understaffed when I noticed a lady walked in with 2 laptops and a briefcase. She walked directly to the dining room, which was strange because we have it laid out so you must walk past where you ordered to get there. I didn't think much of it and kept working. An hour and a half later, Ben, who had been working dining room, walked up to me. Ben, "Hey Jack, I've been receiving complaints about a lady in the dining room." "About what?" She had been telling people to shut up and has taken the largest table in the dining room for what seems like a business meeting. "Let me go talk to her." I walk over to the table and there she is. She had 2 laptops, one with a Zoom meeting and another with a spreadsheet. She has papers covering the table. "Excuse me, ma'am." Entitled person talking to people in Zoom. "Give me 1 second. Mutes mic. "What do you want? I'm in a meeting if you can't tell." "We've been receiving complaints that you've been telling other customers to shut up. Is this true?" "Yes, they were just talking, even though I'm obviously in a meeting." "Well, this is a restaurant, ma'am, and I can't have you talking to other customers this way. Could you please leave them alone?" "No, this is very important, and I need them to be quiet." "Well then, ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." No, I noticed that the playroom is empty. Why don't I just go there? I'm sorry, ma'am, but we're using that as a break room. I don't care. I'm going in there. Go get me some food as well, because you have been treating me terrible. Me getting fed up at this point. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm gonna have to ask you to leave again. No, I'm going to the playroom and you're gonna give me free food. If you don't leave, I'm going to contact the authorities. What are they gonna do? Arrest me? I didn't do anything wrong. At this point, I was done, so I just walked away and called the police and told them what happened. They came and took care of it. Who goes to a Chick-fil-A to have a business meeting and then expects other people to be quiet? Now that entitlement is just on another level. She obviously just wanted to use their Wi-Fi, and while not even buying anything is already kind of rude, they probably would have let that slide, I'm sure, but telling other customers to shut up? Yeah, that's not happening, lady. And that was r/EntitledPeople. I hope you enjoyed, and consider dropping a like and subscribing for more Reddit stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.